Does critical thinking actually hold you back? We're taught that thinking deeply makes you intelligent. Question everything, analyze everything, break down everything. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes thinking too much is the very reason you're stuck. Not because you're lazy, not because you're incapable, because you sort of trained yourself to evaluate instead of execute. Today, we're going to unpack why critical thinking serves you and when it quietly sabotages your progress. From school to corporate culture, critical thinking is sort of a superpower. Philosophers like Socrates built a whole empire on this. And they weren't wrong. Critical thinking helps you avoid manipulation, make informed decisions, see through emotional bias, solve complex problems. I think this is what this channel's for. In a world of information, it's necessary. But here's where things get dangerous. Critical thinking was actually meant to clarify action, not replace it. There's a fine line between taking action and just stalling. Critical thinking usually asks, what are the pros and cons? Overthinking asks, what if this fails? What if I'm not ready? What if there's a better option? What if I regret this? Your brain loves certainty. Action usually involves risk. So the mind disguises fear as logic. So you just tell yourself, I'm going to do more research. I'm just planning. I'm just waiting for the right time. But months pass and then nothing changes. At some point, analysis becomes just avoidance. The more options you have, the harder it is to choose. The more information you consume, the more uncertain you just feel about it. You watch videos, you read books, you listen to podcasts, just like this channel, but you don't move. And here's the irony. Action gives clarity than thinking ever will. You don't think your way into confidence. You act your way into confidence. You don't think your way in experience. You just sort of act your way into experience. Get the message? Overthinking does nothing productive, but it just makes you feel like you're doing something. Here's something people just won't admit. Sometimes we just hide behind intelligence. If you're the deep thinker, then you don't have to risk failure. You can also critique from the sidelines. It's safer to analyze someone building a business than for you to build the business. It's safer to question someone else's risk than for you to take your own risk. Thinking gives you the illusion of control. You see, action exposes you to the uncertainty, and uncertainty just feels threatening to the ego. So instead of just starting, you analyze the problem again and again and again until years pass. This doesn't mean to stop thinking. I don't think anybody can stop. You see, critical thinking is powerful when you're making long-term commitments or you're sort of signing a contract. But it becomes destructive when you use it to delay or sort of use it for discomfort. So what's the key difference? Are you thinking to move forward or are you just thinking to feel safe? Here's the simple shift. Go ahead and think quickly, but act quickly as well. Instead of trying to create the perfect decision, just create the next decision. Momentum builds clarity, and movement reduces anxiety. Execution builds belief. You see, the world doesn't reward the smartest thinker. Maybe me. It rewards the person who executes constantly. So, does critical thinking actually hold you back? Not by itself. But when thinking replaces action, then yes. If you've been stuck, maybe you don't need more information. Maybe you just need movement. Sometimes the smartest move is just to move. If this video resonated with you, go ahead and subscribe to Always Thinking Mindset, where we talk about mental clarity, psychology, and just philosophy. Let me know if you overthink or underthink on any issue that you have. And as always, folks, we'll see you on the next one.